feel like a lot of times us creators put out content that isn't relatable or isn't really truly Christmas, or may not be the most aesthetically pleasing video that you're gonna see on a Christmas bake with me, but all you're gonna know, it was made from love and it is easy ingredients that you and your family or even you and your kids could do together. First up, we're gonna be making the most famous Christmas cookie. Like, my mom made these cookies every single year for Santa when I was a kid growing up. All you need is some peanut butter cookie dough and a Hershey Kiss. All you're gonna do is bake your peanut butter cookies. Then whenever they get out the oven, you're gonna stick a little Hershey's Kiss in the middle of them. And y'all, it is one of the best cookies I have ever had. And this is a recipe that a follower sent me, so I wanted to make it since she sent it to me. It is called Snowflake or Snowdrop cookies. Literally all it is butter, flour, pecans, vanilla, and confectioner sugar. They're so good. I thought they were called wedding cookies, but I guess they're called Snowdrop cookies or something like that for the winter. And last but not least, we're gonna make hybrid cookies. So basically, you're just gonna take a cookie dough of your choice. I just did regular chocolate chip cookie dough, and you're gonna stick a Pillsbury little holiday themed cookie containers from Walmart. I'm going to make up a little container for my in-laws, my sister-in-law, and then my mom and my sisters. So let's get to baking. Hey friends, so the first cookies that we're going to be making are the hybrid Christmas cookies. And honestly, with how simple these were honestly my favorite cookies. So all you're going to need to do is put some parchment paper down on your pan. I just highly recommend doing that first, so that way you don't have to worry about it whenever it's time to put the cookies into the oven. It helps with easy cleanup, and you can use the same pan for every cookie baking thing that you use. You don't have to use multiple ones. You can use the same ones, because all you do is take off the parchment paper and put it back on. So here I am just cutting up my cookies, and honestly, I probably should have made them a little bit smaller, because these cookies were not only thick, but they were huge. They turned out really, really big, which I was okay with. But if you wanted them to look more pretty, more aesthetic, then I would recommend maybe smushing them down or maybe rolling them into little balls and making actual shaped cookies. Mine were more just like big old pancakes, which I'm okay with. And then I went ahead and put these little snowmans on top of there. As you can tell, that one snowman in the middle's mouth is a little bit bigger. And so whenever I baked him, it looked like he was just singing. It was the cutest thing ever. So all you're gonna do is put your sugar cookies right in the middle of these cookies, and y'all, they turned out so amazing. I kind of undercooked mine so they'd be more ooey gooey mushy. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Okay, so these next cookies are cookies that I grew up eating, so I don't know how I messed this up. You're supposed to roll them in regular sugar, but I only had the confectioner sugar, so I went ahead and rolled mine around in the confectioner sugar. This is just peanut butter cookie dough. You're just going to roll it all around in there, and usually you'll use the regular granulated white sugar, but I used powdered sugar, and honestly, it ended up just as good. It tasted the exact same. It just had like a little like Christmas snow, so maybe this was a good idea, because then they look like little snowflake cookies or something. I don't know. So then I went ahead and put them on the pan. Again, same pan, different parchment paper. Helps for easy cleanup. Then I put them in there and I kind of pushed them down with my fingers. You're actually supposed to use a fork and do like a little fork imprint on the peanut butter cookies. But because these are like going to have chocolate chips in the middle of them, I didn't want to like do the design just to get it covered up. You know what I mean? So hang up. Ended up making 2 batches of these cookies just because my pan wasn't big enough, but I also overcooked this batch. They were still really good, just not as ooey gooey like I like my cookies to be. So here I am just getting them out of the oven and putting in the Hershey Kisses right on top. These are a fan fave, and they are actually probably one of my favorite cookies I've ever had, besides a Snickerdoodle. What is your favorite cookie? Let me know down below. So next up, I'm going to be making the snowball / I'm just gonna call them wedding cookies, because they're just like a wedding cookie. All you need is a cup of butter, and I'm also going to tag down below the recipe, because honestly, you guys, I don't remember all of the actual measurements. I know that it was a cup of butter and a cup of powdered sugar, and I think it's 2.5 cups of flour and a tablespoon of imitation vanilla. And the imitation vanilla was really hard to open up. I was like, what the actual heck? So I went ahead and put that in there. I used to think as a kid that this was like actual vanilla, and I tried to like drink it, and it was like the most nastiest thing ever. Does anybody else relate? And so then I went ahead and mixed those things together, and then I added in my flour. I was literally having a hot mess express moment with this flour. I kept spilling it. Honestly, I feel like I spilled more than I actually needed. Like, I was like, are you kidding me? And so that one I didn't level out, because I was going to use that one as like the cup and then like a little bit of a half. And then the next one I went ahead and leveled out. But as y'all can see, I'm just a hot mess, just making a mess everywhere. And like I always say when I cook, it's not going to be me cooking if I don't make a mess. I literally make a mess every single time that I cook, and it makes it more fun. I always grew up, like my mom would say, like clean up as you go. But actually, if you just cook and make a mess, it's actually kind of fun, you know? It's like kind of like playing around, you know? So then you mix around all of your batter, and I smelled it because I was like, this is kind of weird. Like I feel like it's not going to be very sweet. And it actually wasn't that sweet. And then I went ahead and added in the chopped up pecans. I just put a little bit. There was a recipe where you could use chocolate chips. But then this is where I messed up. So you're supposed to cook these for 10 minutes in the oven. And I accidentally, like you're supposed to cook them for 10 minutes and then dip them in the powdered sugar. Well, me trying to jump ahead, I put them in the powdered sugar as I was rolling them out. So whenever they cooked, they weren't as like pretty as they were supposed to be. They were kind of like... They just looked kind of like throw-up balls, but I didn't end up tasting them until after I was done with the video because I wanted them to cool. But they ended up tasting all right. I didn't end up giving any away to anybody because I did mess them up, and I didn't want to give someone something messed up, you know what I mean? But it's always trial and error. This batter was really easy to make, and it was really, these cookies were actually very, very easy to make, and they tasted all right. So I think if I were to actually follow the recipe and do it right the next time, I think they'd end up a lot better. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and roll these out.
Christmas is coming, the snowflakes will be falling.
Hey y'all, and I am all done with my Christmas bacon. So as you can tell, I made these a little undercooked so they can be ooey gooey and perfect. And then I overbaked this set, so I took a bite of that one. And then I underbaked this set, and it is absolutely perfect. And then this is how my little snowball / wedding cake cookies came out. I haven't tried one yet because they're still cooling, but I'm really excited to see how they taste. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below your favorite Christmas recipe and your favorite thing to cook. This is just one of many videos that I'm going to be showing you guys of Christmas baking. Today I wanted to show you some, you know, all-time favorites, if that's what you want to call it. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, friends!
Light a fire, and we'll toast the night away, because Christmas is coming our way.